Game started.
Oh, a NASA man. Cool. E4. Let's see. What have I played recently against E4? Have French defense. Let's try Sicilian. Okay. Well, maybe I'll play into the Morra Gambit, the Smith-Morra Gambit. I normally decline it, but since I played a few Gambits recently, maybe I'll let you see how you can play against it. Let's see. What do you do? Maybe just develop a knight. You want to avoid knight to f6 for a while. I think that's a problem move because d5 comes with e5 comes with the tempo. And so you play modestly. You're up a pawn, but white has some initiative, and there's various sacrifices against these pawns to try and open up the king position early. You have to be careful about it, and also, like I said, the pawn push. Castles. Okay. Maybe a6 at some point to play b5 and kick the bishop. This bishop here also keeps an eye. Yeah, this is a normal plan. Queen goes to the e file and the rook comes to the d file to get some kind of pin going on this pawn here. So the normal response after rook to d1 is to play e5. Now if he takes here, you can take back with the knight. You can't take with the pawn, but as long as you have the knight guarding that square, you're okay here. And now the f6 square is safe for the knight because he can't play e5. But you've wasted the tempo playing this move e. Pawn to e6 and then pawn to e5. But it was necessary, I think. That's the way the theory goes in any case. And now he gets lots of activity on the queen side. He can kind of invade on these dark squares here. Hard to prevent. But I think it's a smart idea to get the knight out and castle. And we'll see how long. See if I survive this. Maybe bishop to e6 is an idea. Just challenge this bishop here. I'd prefer to castle first, I think. Okay, that stops me from playing bishop g5. And so he gets a rook on the c file. That's good. His bishop is loose there. So, but if I kick it with b5, then I have a loose knight, and the knight is still needed to defend. The knight is still needed to defend the e pawn. There's still this pin. You can kind of get used to it and then forget about this pin on the d pawn, but it's still there. You got to watch out for it. So this, I don't know if it's the best move here. Probably not, because he can take and weaken my pawn structure a bit more. But I am still a pawn up, so a lot of times you just give a pawn back after a while, trying to get a playable position out of it. I don't know if he played the most precise moves either. I don't know if this move h3 here was really strictly necessary. So this hits the loose e pawn. Okay, let's defend it with the queen for now, and maybe bring my rooks over. Rook c8 and rook d8 look like natural moves, and yeah, he just piles up on that pawn. So maybe this is the pawn I should give him back, rather than contort my position further. See, but if he takes with the knight, how am I going to respond to that? Am I going to play maybe just king to h8 to get away from the discovered check, and then we'll see how long the knight survives there. So I just have to make sure the knight doesn't hit anything when it lands there because I'm going to want to move the king. So I need to move the rook out of the way, right? Maybe this rook, the rook f to c8. This is to get the rook away from the knight. I'm just giving up this pawn. If he takes with the queen, I will take back. And then I'll have a knight there, but it's not hitting on anything. And that's just a way of giving the pawn back and getting some kind of playable position. If he takes with a knight, then I'm going to move my king to h8 to get away from the discovered check. And then he still has more activity. So I would say that's probably the better way to play, going for, as white, you want to go for the more active continuations. But now I have a little discovery here against his queen I can try. He just went back. So he can come here with check. So I need to attack his queen right away, I think. What's a good way to do it? Knight here. Knight here. Well, knight here looks interesting to me. So he goes here with check. I can walk into a discovered check.
Check.
Actually, I can't. I think he's mating me here. This is one of those Philidor mates, isn't it? I go here, it's a double check, so I don't have time to take his queen. I go back, queen there, rook there. I have the knight. Still doesn't help. Yeah, the bishop is in the way of the queen. Okay, well, I will let him play it out. It's always nice to see these mates in action.
Check.
So queen here, king here is checkmate, and king here is the famous smothered mate.
Check.
Now I can take with either the knight or the rook, but it doesn't matter because in both cases,
checkmate.
This square is guarded. So, well, he got me there. Okay, I'll upload this and do a postmortem. See you guys later. Bye.